Hey everybody, welcome to the Eureka Springs channel. I'm Melody, your host, and I'm coming to you live from Eureka Springs, Arkansas, or you may be watching us on replay, who knows. But we hope you're here with us today live. We have two special guests today on the show to talk about an upcoming brand new theater opportunity. Who would have thought? Right here in Eureka Springs. And I have two guests with me today. First of all, I have Christopher Willard, who is the producing artistic director of Lakefront Arts. Hi, Christopher.
Hello, Melody. Thanks for having me.
Thanks you for being here today. We appreciate you being here very much, and thank you for changing up some schedules to be here with us and taking your time to be with us. And also I have Dakota Mansfield, who is one of the actors, the only actor in the show. Is that right?
That's
okay.
Right.
All right. All right. So, brand new theater. We are so excited that you guys are here, coming to Eureka Springs to put on this fantastic production. Christopher, tell us a little bit about the name of the show, the star. We got all the stars going on. What is this show all about? Give us a scoop.
So, this show is called Fully Committed, and it was written by a woman named Becky Mode. She wrote it back in the late 1990s. And it was revived and revised in 2016 on Broadway. So she finally got to Broadway with the show, starring Jesse Tyler Ferguson from Modern Family. And the show is basically a show for anybody who's ever worked a really crappy job. Basically.
Oh God, who hasn't?
That's exactly. Yeah, that's exactly the situation that the main character, Sam, finds himself in. He's an out-of-work actor, and he is working for one of those impossibly hard to get into restaurants in Manhattan that basically monetize FOMO. And he is the reservationist. And so he works in this basement, dreary dungeon, receiving and sending all of these calls from celebrities and socialites and bossy people that just want to get the perfect table at the perfect time. And all along, Sam is also trying to maintain his dignity through the course of the day. He's an out-of-worker, but he has a great shot to get a role at Lincoln Center. And recently widowed father wants him back for Christmas. This show takes place at the first part of December, and he's not sure he's going to be able to go. So because the work needs him to be there on Christmas and Christmas Eve. So he's trying not to disappoint his family. He's trying not to lose out on a job that will actually advance him and get him out of that dungeon hell that he's working in. And at the same time, he has to make sure that all the customers are happy. So one actor plays all 40-ish characters that he has to deal with. All the callers, all the staff members, his kind of dude-like chef boss that he has, and then there's like his immediate boss and the Maître D, the French Maître D. I'm doing all the voices, but Cody will do them for you. And it's just wonderful to watch one guy create this entire madcap world out of nothing but his imagination and the great work of the words from Becky Mode.
This sounds like a Eureka Springs moment at any point in time, anytime in Eureka Springs.
I'd love to hear
seriously. We won't know what's life and what's imitating art here, I'll tell you. That's going to be fantastic. So Dakota, playing all these characters, this must have been a true challenge. How in the world did you prepare for playing all these characters?
It has been a challenge. I've not done anything quite like it before. I've been doing theater for about 22 years now and I've done a show similar called Greater Tuna. It's two people playing all the characters, but with that one, you get to change costumes and you have another actor on stage and you've got scene breaks to kind of like help you remember, okay, what comes next? For this one, it's you carrying it. There's no costume changes, no wig changes. It's just body language, facial expressions, and voice. Really, it just comes with repetition, getting it in that muscle memory. So that way your mind can stop thinking about what comes next and just do it. Really is all it comes down to is repetition.
My goodness. Wow. This is amazing. I'm I'm intrigued by the whole process to get to those 40 characters. How appropriate the name of the show as well. Well, it's
It is
not too
indeed.
far of a step from that, is it? So, this comedy, it's a full-on comedy, really imitating what could happen in real life and probably does every day. But, out of all these characters that you play, you must be drawn to a few of them that you feel really at home with. Could you talk a little bit about that, Cody?
Yeah, for sure. So Sam is my base character. He's the one that kind of drives the story. He's the protagonist, the one we follow through for the whole thing. And I really love Sam. He and I are very similar. The restaurant job is kind of what actors work. It's what works with our schedule the easiest. So like anytime you watch a movie or a television show about an actor, they're always working in a restaurant. And that's just life imitating art, as we say, because we do tend to gravitate towards those restaurant jobs. But I also really love Carol Ann Rosenstein Fishburne. She's just a New York socialite that's trying to get away in there, and she doesn't want no crap from nobody. So she's just really fun to fall into and just kind of create. Coffee Talk Lady from SNL was kind of my inspiration for her. With a little bit of Harvey Fierstein thrown in there, who is one of my personal idols. So yeah, I would have to say Carol Ann's probably my second favorite next to Sam. Yeah.
Wow. Well, so now, Chris, directing, you've played these before. How does it feel different being on the other side of this, directing Dakota?
At the age I am right now, I would much rather direct the show than to be in the show. And it's I found out, Melody, it's a lot easier to direct than to act this show.
Go figure.
So yeah, go figure. I like to think that I'm a good shepherd for Cody to walk him through this show. He's never allowed to go and tell somebody, this guy has no idea what I'm going through, because I know exactly what he's going through. What's been delightful to watch is just his razor sharp imagination, his ability to really incorporate and bring these characters to life. And I'll give him like a little adjustment, and he's just right on it. It's been very fun to watch him do it. We're in the middle section of the process right now, where it's all about retaining those lines and knowing the intentionality and knowing exactly what comes next. And we're in the middle part, which is not always everyone's favorite part of the play to be in. But really soon he's going to realize it's his favorite section, because a lot of the important stuff happens in that section. But he's amazing, and not every actor can do that, which is why I had to go all the way to Little Rock to find somebody to do it. So I'm so happy he agreed, and that he is our Sam.
And it's interesting to me also. You sent a photograph of the scene and the set here, and I'm thinking, okay, now how many props did you have to put in there to be relatable to all 40 characters? Tell me a little bit about the set itself. Who wants to take that?
I will. The great thing is this is Sam's space, so we don't have to populate it with 40 different items to represent every person there. Sam and Sonia is this coworker who is out tending to her father's illness, and Bob, who is his manager, who is also gone that day for reasons that Bob is not willing to divulge until later on. So it's really just Sam in this dungeon doing everything that he has to do. But it's a very very restaurant space. It's got stacked chairs, and there's lots of alcohol boxes of wine and beer in all those boxes, and it looks like it's going to fall in on him any second. And he's basically claustrophobia is the marching orders for the entire show. Make Sam as uncomfortable as possible. And in the adjusted version, the new version that Mo did, she added cell phones, because back in the 90s they didn't have them in vogue as much. And so now it's all about finding a signal. So now Sam has to go around and perch on places just to get a signal. If you remember that opening scene from Parasite, he's trying to draw the signal from the ceiling, basically. So that's a lot to play around, like where next to get a signal. So yeah, it's kind of dingy and dank, and you can smell it just by looking at that image. So yeah, it's fun.
So big question for me is, have either one of you ever worked in a restaurant?
Yes, I have. That's most of my work outside of theater has been restaurant. I worked one 9 to 5 job as a receptionist, and that lasted about 6 months. I just got so used to doing those restaurant jobs. I have mad respect for those people, especially in the
Yes.
community theater world, who can work those 9 to 5s and still do rehearsals from 6 to 10.
Mm.
I could not do it. I had never gotten into that. So basically, restaurant work is what I do. I'm a pretty good server. I enjoy serving tables, actually. So not so much post-COVID. Things have kind of changed a little bit after COVID. But for the most part, yeah, I love working in a restaurant.
Well, I know that all of our food and beverage, I hope they here in town, or all those that are working in food and beverage here, are able to come out and see the show. I'm sure it'll be fully entertaining, a little bit close to home for most of them.
Melody, we're actually in the process of inviting those people to come to a preview night. Awesome. And so I started today going around and giving out the tickets for that. Yeah, we definitely want those folks to come in and just understand and be sympathetic to whatever Sam's going through, but we also want them to tell the people that are in town about this show, because it's a great show, and it's going to be a really terrific production.
Well, I'm thinking you might offer group therapy afterwards after such as this.
We might have to.
For everybody to sit around and have a moment. I mean, let's all process afterwards. Yeah, exactly. I'm just thinking we might all need to do that. Oh, Lord. So the opening night is September the 29th. Is that correct, Chris?
That's right. Okay. It's at Main Stage Creative Community Center, 67 North Main Street in Eureka Springs. The opening performance has a pre-show reception. It starts at 6:30, and so the tickets are a little bit more expensive, like add $10 to what's already kind of a cheap $15 ticket. Not bad at all. And then they'll get finger food, they'll get drinks, they'll get desserts, and they'll get to mill in the lobby with the attendees. And then the show is at 7:30. And then all the subsequent Friday and Saturday shows are at 7:30, and then we're offering a 2 p.m. matinee. We're doing 2 of those shows. We close on the 14th of October, which is a Saturday. And the 2 p.m. matinees are local discount, and so we knock some dollars off of that price too. The whole point is to make theater accessible and affordable. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. There's no reason. That's why theaters are closing down all around the nation, is because they've just overpriced themselves, and then they think they can hold on to the same model, but the old model doesn't work anymore. And so the new model, we need to start new theater. And so this is my genesis behind Lakefront Arts and what
Lakefront Arts, yes. So so Lakefront Arts is a brand new initiative that you've gotten going, and if you can,
you gotta say it slow.
You
gotta say it slow, otherwise it sounds like Lakefront Farts. So you got to be really specific about it. Yeah. We have a website, Lakefront Arts. No F there in front of the A. And you can just kind of look and see what we have going on. We're going to follow this up with another one-person show. Right before COVID hit, I was doing It's a Wonderful Life, a one-man version of It's a Wonderful Life. And not that this theater company is going to do nothing but one-person shows, but they're in the pocket. They're in the back pocket, so I'm doing them. Going to do it around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And then in March, we're talking with Main Stage about doing something for Women's Month. And so we're looking at a couple titles there. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And the whole point of the theater is just to do whatever really strikes our fancy and we have a passion for. We're not going to throw things out there for people and say we're going to do this for this opening season. We're going to be simple, smart, and selective about what we do, because we understand that not every company that tries to make it is able to succeed. And so we want to be sure that what we're trying to do is something that's close to our heart and then connects with the community too. But we're listening very, very carefully. And we reach out to people to send us messages at Lakefront Arts and let us know if you're interested in being involved, because we want to build a family.
All right, so tickets. Let's talk about tickets. Tickets are what price again now for the normal shows?
Reserve Eureka always adds $1 onto it for the processing fee. It's not bad. That's not a bad percentage at all. So it's $15 for the weeknight shows, or the weeknight and Saturday night shows, and then the Sunday, because we didn't want to do a $13 ticket price. It was going to be $12, so it's now $14. $13 is just a bad number to have out there. So so people can either come and buy tickets at the door an hour before every performance, or they can get them online in advance at reserveeureka.com. Eureka.com.
All right.
It's very simple.
Love it. Dakota, we'll be looking for your face on stage, and we cannot wait to see you execute this.
He's amazing.
An amazing opportunity, not only for you, because I just feel like if you get to come into our little neck of the woods, you are in paradise.
I'm so
lucky you, and lucky for us that you'll be amongst us for that short period of time, and hopefully we'll all get to come out and see you perform. I cannot wait.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Christopher. Thank you so much for bringing this to Eureka Springs. And now we can put you in that one big category now in Eureka Springs where we celebrate the good people, the good places, and the good news. Now you are a part of all of that for us. Congratulations to all of you that are a part of this and all the people that are behind the scenes to make this happen. What a wonderful thing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
All right, so you guys get your tickets at reserveeureka.com. Get those tickets now. Don't forget about the opening night. That sounds like a wonderful opportunity to have a little bit of a nourishment and enjoyment with all the people that are a part of this. So be sure and get your tickets now. Thank you all for joining me today here at the Eureka Springs channel, where we try to help give all of the people out there who come to visit us and also our locals information about what's going on. And the best way that you can help us spread the word is to like, subscribe, and follow us here, whether we're on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Your support makes all the difference in helping us get the word out about all the great activities that are happening here in Eureka Springs. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time here at the Eureka Springs channel. Bye-bye, guys.